which stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Meeting's open to the public. This previous meeting, everybody have a copy of it?
Yes.
Any corrections or anything to the meeting, to the minutes?
I make a motion, we accept the minutes as written.
Second.
All present say aye.
Aye.
Aye. And the bills? Any question about the bills?
There's no additions or deletions this evening.
I make a motion, we accept the bills as written.
All in approval say aye.
I have a second.
I didn't get a second on that.
Second.
Thanks, Benny.
All who approve say aye.
Aye.
I have no correspondence for correspondence section. Okay. I've got an update for the ERS. I called Dave over the phone and he said they have someone to mow that property from when they move the fence back. So no one needs to mow it on their own. They'll have someone doing that soon. We've got a appointment to the Fire Advisory Board of Delegates. First delegate is Mike LeBlanc, and the alternate is Sean LeBombard. I make a motion to accept Mike LeBlanc as a delegate for the Fire Advisory Board.
I'll second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
And I make a motion to accept Sean LeBombard as the alternate delegate for the Fire Advisory Board.
I'll second that.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
And we have a new member for the fire department, Adam Goki. I make a motion to approve his membership.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
And we have to do an update to the procurement policy. We need to remove Aaron Babby and add Joshua Ashline. I make a motion to do that action.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, so that's all I've got. Trustee Arnold, you have anything?
Yes, they do. The guys were working in the water plant, they put in a new valve, 45, and they put in a butterfly valve in the wet well. And the sewer plant, they started digging a new sewer line they started digging for the new sewer pipe that they're putting in, 900 feet of pipe and stuff. And let's see. I'd like to take and have all the supervisors, if they have any surplus stuff, to put it up, or write it down and we'll go over it, the village board will go over it in the mayor, and get rid of a lot of the junk that we have around, stuff that we don't need. And you said that they're gonna take care of that mowing up there and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Okay, because the guy across the street on the corner, he said that he started picking up some stuff over there.
Yeah, you mentioned that last meeting.
Yeah, that, I was up there today walking around with him and stuff, and there's a lot of stuff on that lawn.
Still all out there?
Yeah. Yeah. So anyhow.
Did he give you any kind of timeline?
No, he didn't. He said soon.
Yeah.
I'm a bit nervous having people go on private property like that to clean up, so
Yeah.
it's really something they should be doing.
Yeah. And also, you said you called about the streetlights.
Yes. There's a restocking fee if we cancel the order, and the streetlights are halfway done already. So they're they're well on their way to meeting the shipping date. And since we've got to pay for it anyway, I guess we should just get it, see if it works. Hopefully it does, but we're stuck paying. we're gonna be paying something. And I'd rather pay to get something.
How much is the restocking charge?
They're supposed to get back to me today, but I called them and they didn't call me back yet.
Well, see how much the restocking fee is, if it's not that much. then-
Yeah.
Yeah, $2,800 is a lot of money to put an extension on the streetlight.
Right.
All right, okay. Next, the only thing I have is, I'd like to send a letter to Dennis Richards for the real job that he done, a very, very good job that he done up to the roundhouse of cleaning up and stuff. He tore down the old shop building up there, cleaned the ditch up and got all the lawn really nice and everything like that.
Yep.
I'd like to have the administrator send him a nice letter. Well, thank you for doing that. I know he owns the property and stuff like that, but it's nice to get a letter from,
Yeah, he did a good job reading it too.
yeah, so. Okay, Susan?
Yep.
Thank you. That's all I have, Mr. Mayor, for now.
Trustee Gadway?
I've got a couple things, park grant update, they got the tennis courts, sealed it, right, Donna, or Susan?
Yes,
Sealed it, they've got the fence going up, they don't have the fence itself up, but they have the poles. The pickleball fence is up, and they have the clay to do the ball fields once the soccer season's done. I talked with Adam, the village cleanup is supposed to be the 26th through the 30th. I know I had a couple people asking about that. And you kind of touched on it, Benny. Ethan wanted to know what we want to do with the old hockey nets. I know we got new ones that were in the budget this past year. We have the new ones. Wants to know what we want to do with the old ones.
We'll put them up for surplus.
And all
Yep.
that.
Yep.
Okay, because I talked to him about maybe keeping them as backups, but he said he has no room to store them with the new locker rooms and everything, so that's what we'll do with surplus, and then I'll let
Yep.
Ethan know so we can
Okay.
set them aside for that. And that's all I have.
Trustee Menard?
Now, the only thing I had at Trustee Gadway was the fall pickup. I had a couple people ask me about it, so it will be this month, 26th through the 30th. That's all I have.
Trustee Pelkey?
First thing I got some phone calls about the noise complaint. Now, I don't wanna mention people's names or parties' names, but everybody on the board got a copy of the local village laws. Unfortunately, being board members the way, what we are, is we can only give direction of, I advise them to contact the administrator and go through the proper procedures of finding out what the noise complaints laws are, so that's why everybody's got a copy of it. And the people that can enforce it is pretty much the village police department, which we don't have anymore, the Clinton County Sheriff, the state police, or the code enforcement officer. So, I mean, as trustees, we can listen to them. I mean, he called me twice within 2 weeks about the noise. And I'm sure he called Mr. Trustee Arnold also.
He did, yes.
And,
He stopped at my house.
so, unfortunately, there's not a lot that we can do about noise. I mean, I'm sure, Mr. Cooper, our, code enforcement officer, he's aware of what's going on, and, I'm sure he'd give the proper advice of what can be done.
Well, Brian, on that issue there, it was reported to me, and I checked with the owner, who stated that the evening of the complaint, the first one, I think there was two of it, the first one, the state police came there, and they said they couldn't see anything wrong, and the sheriff's department came there, and they couldn't see anything wrong, and the gentleman who owns the place explained to me what went on, and all the people, the neighbors, were sitting there eating too, and, it's very hard to act when two other officers have been there already and not found anything wrong. And of course, I went up on Monday when I was told about it, and they were there the same night the complaint went in.
Okay.
So I don't know where we stand on that.
I just wanna let the residents know that when, if they do have a complaint, it doesn't fall on deaf ears, we do act on it, and we will investigate of wherever and send it to the proper channels to get it taken care of. I mean, unfortunately, the laws are the laws, and they read exactly what they are, and we can't supersede them or change them unless it's pretty much the whole act of Congress. I've been being asked I was asked quite a bit out in the streets, what happened to the lead bin, the compost bins up there. They just got moved over toward the end of the blue building, so, because they're doing the new pipeline for the north end pump station. So the lead bins are actually, the compost bins are toward the blue building, right on the end of the sand building. You'll see some cement blocks, and there's still signage there. Instead of facing north, or south to north, they're facing east to west. But they are still there, so you can still deposit your leaves and compost. The last thing I have is, the last thing I have is I request an executive session to discuss an employment history of a particular person.
Second?
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Can I talk more about the noise complaint, or?
Sure, yeah.
Okay. The noise law that's in the village is actually something that was written by the board of the village in 2008. So we could make clarifications to this. And like there's a permit process that's mentioned, but I couldn't find anything about the permit process in the code book. That is something we can spell out. But yeah, we've done not too much we can do about it at the moment. Other reports?
Cooper?
Well, the village is moving along, everybody seems to be really cleaning up. We had a lot of requests for, we've done more roofs this year than we ever did, because of all that wind we had. But the village is moving on, we haven't received that noise complaint, is probably the first actual real complaint. Sue had some problems earlier in the year, and we took care of those, addressed those. But things actually, as far as it goes, are moving on pretty smoothly, unless you gentlemen have something special you'd like to. But anytime you, gentlemen, if you get something and I don't hear about it, please put a note in my box. It's right next to your box. Give me a piece of paper and give me a phone number, something to work with. We'll do it.
How many new permits have been issued?
How many?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I got a record that I have to turn in every year at the end of the year. You guys will all get a layout sheet. It's in the computer, you just push the button, it all comes up.
Okay. Do you have anything, Arsen?
Yes, I have a couple items. First of all, we received our third quarter share of the sales tax revenue, and it is $11,695.91 less than at the same time period as last year, so it's remarkably improved compared to the last quarter. The other item I have is I just want the board to know that our meter reading system that we have for the electric meters, the MVRS, is coming to an end. They're no longer able to support it sometime in year 2021. We knew this was gonna happen. They're going to a system called Field Collection System. It's a Windows-based software, which is replacing the DOS system that we have now in regards to that. So that's a big jump in regards to software. I am going to order it this week. And the reason I'm doing that is because there's an 8 to 10 week lead time before we even get it. And everybody's gonna be moving to this software within the next probably 6 months or so, so I wanna get ahead of it. It is a budget item, we did talk a little bit about it at budget time, so it's 100% covered within our budget, so I just wanted the board to be made aware that this is where we're going to. Any questions or not? Something we have to do, so. That's all I have.
So the whole system's going, the whole?
Yep.
NIPA.
Hmm?
Said all of the New York State Power Authority?
No.
No?
No, this is the meter reading system we have to read the meters throughout the village.
Oh.
I don't know what, you know,
Go up and down the street
everybody's
with a
on the
vehicle.
same, everybody's on the same system, but,
Right,
you know, whoever's on this system is gonna have to change, so.
okay.
Because from what you showed me earlier today, that's this, the current system we have sunsets next year, and support for it stops. So it won't be supported anymore. That's all you've got?
That's all I have, yes.
Open,
I have one other thing, on the voting and stuff like that. I voted here in the village for years and years and years, and what is the, you know the reason why we have to vote in Champlain this year?
that hasn't been explained to me yet.
I asked a few
That's
other
Clinton County,
people.
that's Clinton County Board of
Clinton County
Elections.
just sent out the notices,
Yeah.
no explanation, no pre-warning. We got our notices the same time as everybody else.
County Board of Election makes that decision on their own. They don't have to notify me or any other mayor or any board member. Doesn't make too much sense to me, because like half of the population of Champlain is in Rouses Point, so.
Yeah, it didn't make no sense to me, I mean,
No,
you know, whatever, I guess.
I can go home and find out though.
I do have another thing on, trees, there's some trees in the village that has to be cut down and stuff like that, or really trimmed up, and if they are trimmed up really bad, they're really bad, rotted and stuff like that, and dead, I noticed there are quite a few dead maples in the village, and on village property. And I think, Mr. Falke and I seen that we're retired, we can go around and check them out, if you don't mind, Mr. Falke?
Brought it up last meeting, that I'm willing, I have time,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I like to,
go around, evaluate them, and
yes,
see if they need trimming or
yeah.
removal.
yeah, maybe take a
Yeah, because you showed me a
mark
few
or
that were,
something,
Yeah.
you
Put
showed me a
ribbon
few,
on 'em.
put a ribbon on it or something.
Yeah.
you showed me a few that were touching the buildings in downtown, and
Yes.
one that was partially rotted and split.
Yeah, yeah. So, anyhow, okay,
Especially with winter coming.
yeah.
We'd have
Easiest
snow.
thing.
Well, the village crew already went around and started trimming for their sidewalk plow and stuff like that, so
Right.
they did quite a bit of that. I don't know if they're done yet or not, but anyhow. Okay, that's all I have, Mr. Mayor.
We should probably sit down sometime and figure out a plan, because some of the trees will have to come down, what kind of tree we want to put in its place.
Right.
Something, few trees that flower in the summer would be pretty nice in Main Street.
End of October.
Well, we can
mid
get
to
some
end
next
October.
summer with the IEP
And we got a
program.
bunch
Yeah.
of little maples.
They said they have a tree program every year where we can purchase trees.
Buy one, get one free.
Yeah,
Yeah.
usually. So,
We got 20 coming.
That's not something I was expecting from that program,
yeah.
because I thought it was just energy efficiency.
No,
No.
no, they have trees also. They've had them forever.
And it's a power
It's a
authority.
good program, yeah,
Yeah.
power authority.
Yeah, the
program.
power authority program.
So, yeah, we can look at it next spring to see how many that come down and we can replace them. I mean, it won't be as big, but it'll be a start.
We should get some trees, we should get some trees that don't get as big too.
Yeah.
Something tall and narrow.
I make a motion, we go into recess.
Oh, we gotta open it to the
Well,
public.
technically, we still have to open it
sorry.
to the public again. And
Now we can-
I'll second that motion to go into recess.
Okay.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye.